And welcome back. We got another Super Mario Odyssey race coming at you. This time between Chaospringle and Mitch SMO. Troy Bathens once again. And joining me, I've got Late Night Ronnie.
Hi, me again.
Welcome. And yeah, so we do have a lot of hype behind this race, not just because these two players are very close in PBs, but also just because of this whole NA versus EU argument that's been going on this whole day. And you can see it in these standings as well, actually. All three of the EU versus NA matches have resulted in a point for EU, so to speak, even though this is all, every man for themselves leagues.
I don't know where to stand with this, and because I live in England, which is part of Europe, but it's leaving the European Union, so it's just a weird situation to be in.
Well, how did you vote on that, or were you not eligible to vote for it?
I'm not old enough, but I would have voted to leave.
You would have stayed?
I would have left the EU, to be honest.
Oh, you agree with Brexit? Okay.
Yeah,
we don't have to go into that politics here.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't video games. It's not like this is what general election, the video game. Yeah.
Just by the way, people questioning webcams. Yes, webcams are a thing now in these races. That is a possibility, but the way it works is if one person doesn't want to do webcam, neither will, because that's just how our layouts work. So it's either no one has webcam or they both have webcam. And I don't think Mitch typically works with a webcam.
So yeah, it looks like they've both got off to pretty good starts. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's Cap Kingdom. You're not gonna see too many differences come out just yet. Chaos is gonna have a bit of a lead though, but nothing really substantial. Also considering that Mitch is gonna do the superior rail rolling there with the pathing, gonna help him catch up a little bit.
Yeah, so they're getting through the tower quite nicely, and again, it is Cap Kingdom. No one's gonna make a mistake here. Now they're both.
You've gotten triple jump fails before.
Yeah. But especially for Chaos and Mitch, Cap Kingdom won't be too hard.
Right.
Yeah, they're easily breezing through the top of fight.
Chaos gonna stay in the lead though.
Yeah, just by like a second, but he is still leading Mitch. Again, like the last race I commentated, we don't know whether this lead will stay. It's such a minuscule lead, everything can change.
Yeah, Cap Kingdom is never really anything to be looking at for leads. It's just kind of like, okay, make sure that they can go through the motions more so. It's not so much about, okay, this guy's ahead by a full second, so obviously he's gonna win. It's never the case.
I mean, if you were to bet like a lot of money on that, it would be a very stupid decision to make,
Absolutely.
in my opinion. And yeah, both nicely got that first moon, because obviously you don't need to do first moon skip anymore.
Not so much don't need to do, it's more it doesn't exist. You could try to do it, but Madame, it's actually all possible, like all the movement is possible. It's just once you get to the Madame Brutal, it's not possible to activate the boss fight until you get the first move. So that's what they patched out.
Yeah, but honestly, as someone who's still not like as good as the game as everyone in this league, for obvious reasons, or else I'd be in it.
I mean, it's not, honestly, like, not many people are better than people in this league. That's a lot of the reason why they're in this league.
Yeah, I mean, but as someone who is as good as a game as I am, I'm actually quite relieved that I don't really have to get my head around first moon skip anymore, because it just takes a little bit of pressure off for learning Cascade.
And Mitch doing his, I always am so impressed by this boss fight movement. He grabs the hearts on the boss fight while still maintaining the normal cycles of Madame Brutal, allowing him to get some coins in the boss fight, saving a bit of time. It's actually crazy, and you know, it's little things like that that have allowed Mitch to get such a huge world record.
I know. When I first saw what time Mitch got,
Yeah.
I was quite astounded.
Well, it's a giant leap. You know, you skipped 59 2x completely.
I mean, it was just amazing, and
it's gonna stay for a while. People are slowly getting up to it. Tyrone, you know, does have a 2x at this point, but you know, we're still a bit of a ways away. People are still trying to catch up to the wonders that Mitch had.
I know, Mitch just popped off. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Very true. But it is very much a sequence of events that has to be perfect for that to occur, and that is not necessarily something you're going to see in a rate. Yes, Mitch does have the faster time, but it's not by that much. It's only like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and obviously, Chaos sees him catching up. He's not too far behind Mitch.
Mm-hmm. And Chaos was ahead going into that kingdom as well.
Yeah, it was pretty much Mitch's like very optimal movements in the Madame Brutal fight, which put him in the lead.
Right. I think Chaos had a faster action guide skip there than Mitch. I don't know if it was necessarily a fast action guide skip. I've never been able to figure out like what the visual cues are for. Oh yeah, that's the faster action guide. They're like the fastest action guide skip you can get. Like I don't know timing or like what they look like comparatively. I don't know, like a second anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, it still hasn't given Chaos a lead over Mitch.
Yeah.
But, you know.
The little things are always cool to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, in some games, little things are more important than some others.
I feel it's huge in this game, especially at how optimized our current route is. Like, if we were to find some giant innovation, I'm sure like we would go back to not being optimized, but right now, because we've had this route for so long, it has become very optimized.
I'm pretty amazed how we've got such an optimized route, considering the game's only been out since October of 2017.
Well, people just love this game.
I mean, with some other games, it's taken a lot longer to find the optimal route. Like, with Super Mario Brothers, that game came out in 1985. Mm-hmm. Okay, in 1985, I don't think as many people cared about speedrunning as we do now. But still,
hard to say.
Yeah, but still,
hard to say
wasn't
for sure because internet.
Yeah, it wasn't until many of the top level SMB 1 runners came around in the mid 2000s that. Whoa.
Okay, Mitch gonna not be able to do Sandram. He had a good like pretty much like a good grab on the lead there, but it's pretty much been taken away by that failing to do Sandram.
And it's made his lead it's closer now. Well,
yeah, I don't even think it's there really.
Yeah,
because he's gonna have to wait for the bullet bill to be shut out, and meanwhile Chaos going with the single bill strategy.
Yeah, like, which has given him the lead actually.
Yeah. Chaos able to pull off single bill while Mitch had to wait for another bullet bill to be shut out.
Yeah, these things happen. Like, Chaos starts with the lead, then Mitch gets it, then Chaos gets it, and especially with runners of both of Chaos and Mitch's caliber, we might see this quite a lot in today's race.
Yeah. Going into Jaxie skip now. I feel like people overlook this trick sometimes because it is still it still can be difficult. It can still be failed, even though it's been in since pretty much the first month of this game.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes some silly mistakes do happen. Like I have seen people sometimes just roll straight into the poison.
Yeah. Mitch taking a little bit of time with the Cactus Moon.
And, I've got my eye on them whether Chaos is going to be able to get the single spin notes, which he probably will.
It's not always a guaranteed, but he was able to pull it off there.
Yeah, and now Mitch going for the same thing, and he also pulls it off.
Well done. Doesn't save that much time, but honestly, in my mind, it's just more about swag. And Mitch so confident with his rolls that he's gonna do that over teleporting. It is technically faster, but you have to be exactly perfect. It is much tighter now.
Yeah, and it really does show Mitch's confidence in his own abilities, because I assume that Mitch would not do it if he wasn't confident in it, and it just shows that how confident he really is.
Especially in a race scenario.
Yeah, I mean, in a race, you're going to be a lot more nervous than you would be in a normal run.
And something I always do like to talk about is that the other thing that brings people into this league isn't just consistency, but it's also the ability to deal with nerves. Because nerves during a race are completely different than nerves during, say, being on PB pace.
Yeah, and it's just amazing what some people are able to pull off during races as well, with those nerves always with them.
Yeah, Mitch actually messing up beginning of Lake Kingdom here, gonna pull him even further back of Chaos.
I mean, he couldn't recover if Chaos has problems with Lake Clip, which we're going to see now. That looks like he's got it.
Yeah, that was a pretty fast Lake Clip setup.
Yeah,
Mitch having a little bit of trouble, not quite able to get the clip just yet. Yeah, he's taking quite a bit of time here. Finally able to get it. Oh, nearly missing the wall jump there.
Yeah, I was unsure though. Was he going to slide down the wall, or was he going to get Lake Clip? But luckily, he did.
Yeah. But yeah, Mitch not having a lot of luck right now. He seems to be potentially just still trying to get his bearings from any mistakes that he's had previously in the run so far.
Yeah, I mean, today it's probably quite a big day for Mitch. Just quick mention that it is his birthday today.
Well, at the time of recording this, or when he was doing this live?
Well,
or are you talking about right now?
Right now, this is a pre-recorded run, isn't it? I just want to check.
Yeah, this is a pre-recorded run.
Yeah, I know it's. Why did I ask that? I know it's pre-recorded.
You can see they're not on the Discord call.
Yeah, I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're learning still about the situations of GSA, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I completely knew it was it was pre-recorded.
It still could be a big day, honestly. This is Mitch's first official race under the league.
Yeah, and obviously, Chaos, you could say, is more experienced. I mean, I don't want to put it in that sense because Mitch is obviously, he has a world record. But Chaos is, I think, like been in this position a lot more than Mitch has.
Yeah, in terms of dealing with races of a league caliber, Mitch
Yeah, and
certainly has had his fair share of races that he's done, but
yeah,
playing for doing a race that actually means something as opposed to just some race that you just are doing for fun can definitely change your mindset.
yeah. I mean, it's just a great. If I was in that position, I'd feel really honoured to be able to be in said position.
Oh, of
And
course.
yeah, and I don't know, maybe like sometimes nerves do get to people in certain ways. I mean, when I'm nervous, I perform a lot worse than I do normally.
Yeah, but there actually are some people out there who have that competitive drive, and that the nerves actually are the things that motivate them. It's the thing, and sometimes it can make them play better.
Yeah, I mean,
There are those people.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was one of those people, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, have you ever really been in a scenario like that before? Anyway, to really know.
I mean, the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my life was was last month actually. Well, technically speaking, end of June. I got to ask a question to a man who is now the Prime Minister of our country.
That's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I was pretty much trying not to die, but I'm pretty sure others were feeling a bit different about the situation. Because, yeah, nerves affect everyone in different ways.
Oh, of course. But we are dealing with Wooded Kingdom now.
Yeah, which is I'm sure it's not many runners' favourite kingdom.
No, it can cause quite a bit of mistakes. Chaos even actually taking a bit of a safety checkpoint there, because he isn't going to be getting the story moon. He is doing tree route, so taking that checkpoint just in case. Mitch not going for it, despite also doing tree route.
Yeah, I am kind of respect Chaos' decision to take the safety checkpoint because I've always been self-conscious about would I be able to do it successfully.
In a run, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go for it, but I feel like Chaos definitely, like, as you were saying before, like, he has the experience of racing in the league, and it's been pretty much agreed upon that in a race, you should probably just go for it, just in case. Like,
Yeah,
you don't know. Race scenarios are a completely different beast, and so it's just a lot safer to just go for it. It's not that huge of a time loss to pick up the checkpoint, so just might as well.
I mean, because in a race you're always gonna want to be better safe than sorry. Basically, in a race I'd see it as winning comes first, and then your time kind of comes second.
Right.
Because with your time, you can always improve on it in runs on whatever. Ooh, Chaos bonk there.
Yeah.
But he
Still in
seemed
the
to
lead.
yeah, he managed to recover from that quite successfully. And yeah, as you mentioned, he still does have the lead over Mitch. And now both are going through pipes, which, you know, I remember in the early days when pipes was used, it wasn't one I liked very much, but I've warmed to it.
Well, the cycle can still be pretty tight, and there is an even faster cycle that can be done now that has been discovered, but no one goes for it yet.
Yeah, I'd only go for, like, the really hard ones when it's absolutely necessary.
Right. When you need that time save.
Yeah, and, you know, even then you're gonna want to prioritize winning the race than your time.
Right.
Because the race only happens once. You can't like go back and improve that one race. Because once the race is over, it's over. You can't change it. So you're gonna want to do the best you can.
Okay, so Chaos gonna be in the lead still, entering Bowser's Bay. Not by much. Really just about 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, even still, there's plenty of room for Mitch to catch up and even gain the lead again.
Absolutely.
I mean, 5 seconds, it really isn't much when you think about it.
Yeah, and we're dealing with kingdoms that coming up that are definitely gonna be places where you could easily lose that time.
Yeah, I mean, Lost Kingdom, one wrong move and you're dead.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong.
Metro is huge, and because of that, has a lot of places where you can mess up.
Yeah. I'm gonna think a little bit more forward into this run, but Bowser's Kingdom is definitely one that could change the landscape.
Yeah, and same with Luncheon.
Yeah, Lunchen's definitely one of the hardest kingdoms in the game, in my perspective.
Now it makes sense. It's got a lot of difficult terrain to move around in.
Yeah,
So,
and
either way, we are starting out Lost Kingdom right now.
yeah, and obviously both doing Mean Tree quite successfully.
Yeah, and pulling off some KFR strats.
KFR strats always make me jealous because I'm never good at it.
That's a little one right there, so.
Yeah, so even you can even like accidentally activate Klepto into stealing Cappy, which would kind of mess up your run quite a bit.
Right. Both of them having a little bit of trouble with that moon.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it can just sometimes be a bit of a hassle because you are trying to get it like right on the edge. That's really part of it.
yeah, and with Lost in general, you've just got so many things to focus on and get right.
Oh,
Ooh,
speaking of which, Chaos dying before even picking up the moon under the bridge. That's gonna be difficult to get on the recovery.
Yeah, that's gonna set him back somewhat.
Yeah,
I mean,
not only that, but this moon is definitely more difficult to pick up in this sense because stepping on that bridge at all is gonna activate Klepto. So yeah, you have to go for some really awkward movement. And Chaos is gonna fail it a second time.
Yeah, and that's given Mitch the lead again quite a bit. So much so that Mitch is now leaving Lost Kingdom while Chaos is still trying to get this moon.
Okay, spending a lot of time in air that time, so was able to line it up better. So good job on Chaos being able to finally be able to get that. Improvising a little bit. Is still able to stay in this to an extent, but Mitch definitely having quite a substantial lead going into Metro Kingdom now.
Yeah, Chaos's mishaps did benefit Mitch quite well, let's say, and it would take Mitch a relatively larger mistake to lose his lead now.
Right.
Because obviously the gap in between where in their times is larger. But yeah, I remember in like the first stream, like the first race, there was quite a bit of discussion about how many sub hours there would be in the league.
I brought that conversation up. Yeah, it's still a fun thing to think about.
Yeah, it is, and I was seeing like people saying like maybe 12 numbers higher than that. And when I heard what everyone else was thinking, I realised that I was thinking a bit pessimistically.
Right. I tried to lay out all the stats going on for it. Of course, being one of the people on the stats team for as a volunteer for it. I'm always looking at the stats for it and trying to figure out mathematically how can I figure out what roughly could be like a good estimate for sub hours. And I said 25. And I don't think like that's too far off from what could happen.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these runners are quite close to them getting sub hour.
Yeah, that's also what I considered. I said that, like, okay, so the people who have sub hour already, that's of their 11 that they got, like of the 11 chances that they have. Everyone has 11 races. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I think
getting a bit of an awkward face too, just by the way.
Yeah.
I think 11 chances you have about. I'd say each runner that has sub hour has probably about probably could do it in like 2 or 3 out of the 11.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we will see quite a few sub hours, I think.
Yeah, and I was saying for the people that are really close to sub hour, I could expect them to get 1 or 2. So I essentially put those half sub hours, and then thankfully it was an even amount of people, so it added up to an actual full number, and then I added that stuff together and got 25.
It would be really nice to see one of these runners who doesn't yet have sub hour actually get one in a race.
Right, of course.
Because that would just be a brilliant moment, not just for them, but for the viewer as well, who not only gets to see them most likely win said race, but also get sub hour, which is a big accomplishment for them.
Yeah. Mitch having a little bit of trouble with the scoot clip, not quite able to do a drive-by, but still able to.
Yeah, nothing too major.
Yeah. And yeah, that is what Curbs did last season. The 59.59 that he got, that was his first sub hour. Like, not only did he get the league's best time, but he also, that was his PB and his first ever sub hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an amazing moment. You just, or as Psionic has quoted me in the chat, would be, ooh, what's happened? Sorry.
Mitch messed up slots.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, no, I've just lost my train of thought, I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's alright, we got a race to talk about anyway.
Yeah, should have had my eye on the game itself.
No, it's okay. Tangents are just fine to do in commentary, especially when we're not doing tangents that are too far off. Like, we're not talking about the Olympics or anything, you know. We're still talking within the realm of Super Mario Odyssey.
I mean, yeah, Mitch, even though he has failed even though he failed slots his first time round, he's still got quite a lead over Chaos.
Yeah, and Chaos actually did take a bonk on the way to the bullet building room, so that allowed definitely allowed for some breathing room for Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this still hasn't decided anything. There's still a lot more kingdoms to go, but yeah, as he said, it has given Mitch some breathing room, and well, he'd want to be relaxed, but not too relaxed. But, you know, he's still got his lead, but Chaos could easily overtake him.
Yeah. And especially with these pre-recorded races, it's pretty likely that they are not aware of whether or not they had the lead.
Yeah,
so they would just the only thing they'd have to go on is how well they are playing.
I mean, it's different than having the races pre-recorded, but in the broader prospect, it does work a lot better for the runners.
No, absolutely. It definitely helps with scheduling and everything. I just meant that it is something to consider that they don't necessarily have the option to watch the race, probably, because there's nowhere it being restreamed.
Yeah,
and they kind of just locally recorded it, as far as I'm aware. I don't think they actually ever streamed it anywhere.
No,
so there's no place for Mitch to watch Chaos's run on another screen. Where if you do the race live, you can totally do that. You can totally just have the stream open, and you can understand, oh, he's there. Yes, there is a little bit of delay going on, but you still have a pretty good understanding of how close the two players are.
Yeah, so I'm sure that most of the runners would be are happy that the races are pre-recorded, so it fits their schedules better.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe some might prefer it being done live so that they can like see how their opponent's doing.
I mean, depends on the player.
Yeah.
Because that is another thing that can get in people's heads, like when they're racing.
Yeah.
Some people just want to concentrate on their play only, and not have to care too much about what the other player is doing.
Yeah. Which is why I kind of do prefer being pre-recorded way of doing it. I mean, I have no problem with it being live, but I just think that when it's pre-recorded, it fits runners' schedules better, and they have 100% focus on their own race.
Right.
Obviously, as you can see by the lovely display that we've got for the league, Chaos and Mitch do not live in the same country, and they have quite different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hard to find just the right time zone for them to where they both be available to run and they'd be able to play the game.
I mean, when they do the races, they actually do them at the same time, so
yeah,
it is still a matter of finding a time that works for both of them. But they have a freedom of a full week to figure it out, so
yeah,
that definitely helps.
Suits the schedules much better.
Yeah, it definitely helps the schedules out. Ooh! Chaos missing the triple jump in the Typhoon room. Still able to recover though.
Yeah, I mean, there's still like nothing too major in terms of the. Ooh, Chaos just nearly missed that spiny bear.
It's fine.
Yeah, Mitch now going through the Goomba room. I always liked how the Goombas had little Santa hats on.
Yeah. To keep them warm.
Yeah, and also they need the Christmas spirit, ho 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 and all that. With Mitch trying that movement again. Which I think was probably a good decision, because if he did mess it up, he'd have to start again.
Right. Mitch buying his moon and now going to be going into Snowdram very shortly.
Yeah, Snowdram, it's kind of like a classic technique, but it's still ones that always catches runners out.
I mean, it hasn't. I think it's probably been in terms of like the overall, like if you were to just do the overall timeline of speedrunning for SMO, Snowdram was probably like halfway between the start and now. So
Yeah, but the runners have definitely had time to get used to it, but it still does catch them out.
yeah, Mitch able to get on the first try, no problem. Chaos going in for his now. Looking good. Oh, and
no,
as I
he
say that,
bonks.
it ending up bonking at the end there.
Ooh, that's gonna set him even further behind Mitch.
Yeah, it's a huge time loss.
Yeah, he's got to try it again. Here's hoping he gets it this time.
Definitely looking a bit higher at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to count. It could have gone a lot worse for Chaos.
Right.
Yeah. He could have bonked again, but thankfully he didn't. So yeah, Chaos making his way to Seaside Kingdom.
And cheap movement, I feel it's kind of underestimated. Because it definitely could be a huge impact in certain places because of just potential for fish bonks. Fish bonks are actually easier to accidentally do than a regular bonk.
Yeah, and bonks. It's just that thing. It's not like a major mistake, but it's one that always irritates you when you do it.
Yeah. You have a solid second, or you have a solid in the case of a dry land, normal bonk, you got a full 2 seconds of just you can't do anything about it. You have to wait until the full animation is done.
Yeah, and especially when you just bonk on absolutely nothing, that just makes it a whole lot worse.
Right. Mitch approaching the cheap clip.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest clips in the game, so he's easily got that.
Yeah, but still has to remain out of bounds after getting this moon.
Yeah, and obviously while cheap clip itself is relatively easy, I was a bit cautious about Chaos's movement there. But as I was saying, you've always got to keep your eye on staying in bounds.
Yeah, so Mitch is going to be able to maintain his lead. There's definitely a lot of leeway that Mitch has at this point, given how much mess up that Chaos unfortunately had in Snow Kingdom.
Yeah, and also you can't forget Chaos's performance in Lost, which definitely gave Mitch the lead he had.
But we are going into Luncheon Kingdom, which, as you were alluding to earlier, it definitely is a very difficult kingdom.
Yeah, in the race between Lucid and Strav, Lucid did miss the Salt triple jump on 2 occasions, I'm pretty sure. So that just shows the second you enter the kingdom, it's already causing problems.
Yeah, and Danger's also missed it in his race.
Yeah, so the landscape of Luncheon Kingdom as a whole, it's just not a fun kingdom.
No one can tell what was the floor in this kingdom.
So Chaos now going for the Salt triple jump. And
Able to pull it off.
Yeah.
But you can really see how large the lead it is. Mitch able to finish off Spewer, while Chaos just gets the first moon of the kingdom.
Yeah, and with Seaside, you could see as Mitch was leaving the kingdom, Chaos hadn't even done Cheap Flip yet.
Right. Ooh, Chaos missing the roll cancel there.
Yeah, he managed to get back up on the platform semi-easily. And Mitch making his way out of that sub-area. Okay, he's taking a different route to what I've previously seen.
Yeah, that is a bit of an alternate strategy. That is known to be faster, but it's a lot harder to pull off because of the whole idea of like not knowing where floors are.
Yeah, and just relaying back to what I said in Sand Kingdom with Mitch rolling back to the Odyssey, it just shows how much confidence he has in his own ability. Oh, and Mitch actually
As you say that.
Yeah, the wrong turn it.
Yep. If you throw the white turnip in the pot, by the way, it just gives you coins.
You know, more coins always helps.
Yeah. We find them pretty useful, although at this point we don't need any more.
Yeah. Sorry, Crazy Cap, we're not giving you any more of our money. So yeah, Mitch is entering the Forks room, which honestly is my favourite room in Luncheon.
That's interesting, considering how difficult the movement can be.
Yeah, the movement is quite difficult, but I just find it so fun.
I can see that.
And Mitch is near my least favourite part of Luncheon, the cheese bit. I'm just not a big fan of it, it just gets on my nerves, to be honest.
Not that bad.
I mean, it's just one of those... Ooh. Oh, Chaos did miss getting up onto the platform.
Yeah, getting a bonk at the end there, but it's not gonna be a huge time loss. You know, I still aren't gonna die from that because there is that platform at the bottom. But
yeah, obviously.
certainly
Yeah,
a time loss.
And I'm sure that Chaos is counting himself lucky that it didn't end up worse, because he could have always fallen to his death.
Right.
And now Mitch making his way over the wall made of some substance.
It's rocks.
Yeah, kind of alluding him to the first race when, you know, they weren't sure whether it was made out of rock or candy or whatnot.
Yeah, the only thing I could possibly think of it being would be rock candy, but that doesn't make sense because like there's no real like sweets as a theme here. It's lunch foods. It's tomatoes and
I just don't get the kingdom as a whole.
Like, it's food. It's a kingdom of food.
I mean, I like food, but
Yeah.
ooh, okay. Chaos fell into the lava there.
It's fine. Able to get a triple jump pretty quickly, actually, out of it, and able to get the ground pound moving pretty quickly too.
Yeah, and just putting into perspective Mitch's lead, Chaos still needs to get the multi-move while Mitch is leaving the kingdom.
Right.
Yeah, so Mitch is making his way to the Ruined Kingdom, which, you know, it's Ruined Kingdom.
Yep.
I mean, it's literally fight the dragon, grab the multi-moon, and get out.
Yeah. I always manage to try to find something to talk about. There always is some good events going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, the majority of Ruined Kingdom's duration is collecting the multi-moon.
Well, yeah. But like I said, the best way I find to fill the time is to always, talk about things like the bots. We got a good bot in the chat. Does good things, like shows a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel. Wait, you're at the Twitch channel, never mind. The YouTube channel, Twitter, one. There's also, you can go find the schedule if you want. Good things like that. Of course, you got a merch line. You know we have a speed bag, right?
Yes, I've heard about the speed bag.
Good speed bag. And of course, there's the exclamation point Onyx for that golf game. Or I believe there's also a second game, not just the golf one that you can do. And yeah, if you play them enough, you can earn the Onyx currency that allows you to actually eventually get a free sub. So it's crazy. It's free money.
I know. Robbing banks, no thanks. I'll stick to this. Okay, and
I'm okay with robbing Amazon.
yeah, I mean, Jeff Bezos doesn't need that much money.
No, he doesn't. Richest man in America. He can afford to lose a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so what, he got a divorce. He can still dosh out some more dollars.
I didn't know he got divorced.
Yeah, I think he cheated on his wife, actually.
They don't need to get into that.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos' private life is his private life. And for us to stop talking about Jeff Bezos' private life, he can pay the sum of $1 billion. Okay, so now Mitch making his way into Bowser's.
Yeah, Mitch doing some really fast strats out here.
Yeah, I mean, he's really keeping this lead against Chaos. As you can see, it just, like, you can see physically on the screen just how much of a difference there is between their times. Chaos is just entering the kingdom. Mitch is, well, pretty much heading to the shards.
Right. I mean, there are possibilities, but I don't really like to care about that too much. I'm not really for the whole thing of like it's still anyone's game mindset. Just concentrate on the little things. Show the little tricks that are going on. You know, like Mitch taking some damage there to a bomb. Like there's still things to talk about. You don't have to fall back on the thing of like, guys, I swear this race can be close. Like just talk about the tricks that are going on.
Yeah, okay, it kind of looked like they were both synced with that moon thing there, but...
Different story moons.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to the Japanese characters, you can see that they were slightly different. Mitch gonna be going for Bowser Jam here. While Chaos is starting off the Shards Moon.
Got my eye on how well Chaos executes it, because obviously Shard isn't everyone's area of expertise. I have seen some people struggle at it.
Right. Still a difficult moon.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mitch going for Harry at first. Right decision.
Ends up actually taking damage in the fight. Well.
I'm sure it's nothing too major. It won't cost him that much, I don't think.
Probably not. He does actually have the checkpoint to use to recover some HP, probably. Yeah, it hasn't been captured yet. You can actually still see it. That checkpoint has not been taken yet, so he can go for it for some quick HP recovery before the next fight.
Yeah, although Mitch might not do it if he doesn't want to. I mean, Topper isn't particularly hard.
Well, yeah, but you don't do the health regain for the because you're afraid of losing health in the next fight. It's actually just, you know, you save time technically because you don't have to watch your health refill after picking up the moon.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you know, I guess Mitch just doesn't mind the little bit of loss in time. And now he gets this next story moon. Although there is something that Chaos has done that I'm not particularly pleased with. Because Chaos went Topper first.
Yep, Mitch gonna be going to the Crates Moon now. Gonna go for the triple jump. Able to get through there. I mean, the blind jump is definitely a difficult part to go for here, so...
Yeah, you've kind of got to know which way you're going, because if you don't know the kingdom, you'll end up just diving off into oblivion. So, yeah, I think, bit of advice, don't go for it as if you don't know the kingdom very well.
Very true. Chaos is going to be able to finish up the Brutals, and we'll be moving on to the Crates Moon as well.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mitch making his way up to the mech fight. Which, even if Mitch does, like, struggle at mech, he probably will retain that lead.
Yeah, it's pretty likely. Falling off of the mech typically only loses, usually loses around 30 seconds, and we do have about a minute gap here, so...
Yeah, so
would not be
there's
enough.
Still plenty of, like, leeway and breathing space for Mitch to kind of just be a bit more relaxed about mech.
Alright, Mitch is going to be able to get out of Mech Brutal Fight, while Chaos is just entering it now.
Yeah, and hopefully Chaos gets through the mech just as well as Mitch did. Okay,
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that, yeah. Apparently
Me
Mitch had a
either.
little bit of a flub in the Mega Brutal Fight. Able to maintain the lead though. Chaos
Yeah.
able to get through Mecha Brutal pretty smoothly.
And I mean, Mitch is now making his way out of Wooded. Not Wooded.
We're way past that.
Why was I thinking Wooded? I meant
I don't know, it
Bowser
doesn't
is-
matter.
Yeah, while Chaos is making his way to the multi-moon.
Yeah, 7-hour pace not looking possible for Mitch, really.
Yeah, even if Mitch doesn't get a time he wants, he's still pretty much got the race in the bag.
Yeah. So it's definitely important to be looking at points for this situation, because...
Yeah, and even at the end of the race, the points shouldn't affect the runners too much, because it's literally both Chaos and Mitch's first race in the league, and they could easily
Yeah, the
bounce
first
back.
week it's not going to be an impact just yet, but the points definitely do matter, and it is something to keep in mind in every race.
Yeah, and especially as it progresses. Oh, Mitch bonking there. Only lost him a little bit of time. He's still keeping his lead.
Oh, and bonking at the top of the
Oh.
moon of the moon cave skip.
Yeah, yeah, that is also going to cost him quite a bit of time, but still keeping the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon cave skip is not going to cause a full minute of time loss.
No, I mean, I can't really think of any way Chaos can really regain the lead unless Mitch has like a disastrous escape section.
Yeah, Mitch would have to die in escape sequence, essentially.
Yeah. And let's see how Chaos does with his moon skip. Well executed. And now Chaos is entering the wedding chapel, which essentially means he's now entering the Bowser fight. And I'm pretty sure this is the last cycle for Mitch now.
Yeah.
So once
Tell
he's
by the
got-
amount of hats being thrown out by Bowser.
Yeah. So now with the Bowser fight pretty much out of the way, Mitch only has one last bit to do. And this is a section I don't think is particularly hard until you get to Pillars, really.
2D skip can still
Yeah,
keep players up.
Yeah, 2D skip, it's kind of like hit or miss.
Yeah.
You can,
There is
yeah.
a Reddit post out there that actually said that 2D skip is a 50% success rate. Obviously, it's entirely wrong to say that, but it's just funny to meme on that.
Yeah, so I personally don't think that either runner will mess up 2D skip.
Well, now that you say that.
Now that I say that. Okay, turns out the commentator's curse did not strike Mitch on 2D skip.
Right.
And he is now making his way into what will shortly be pillars.
And yeah, Mitch also did pull off the fast XD skip. It's cool to see. And yeah, sub hour is dead as it ticks over to 1 hour just then. And Mitch getting a very good early pillar.
So it's pretty much confirmed now that Mitch is pretty much the winner, unless he like dies, which would work pretty well in Chaos's favour, but it looks like that isn't going to happen. And that's a completed run from a Mitch. Yeah.
Yep, and looking to be about a 1 hour 43.
Yeah. Just putting GG Mitch in the chat.
Yeah, GG's to both players there.
Yeah. And a GG to Chaos as well. Both very talented runners and both did very well in the race. Obviously, minor setbacks both ways, but there's still plenty of races to come, plenty of ways they can improve, and well, maybe we will see some sub hours.
I think it's definitely possible. I know Chaos has definitely said that sub hour is so much easier to get now with 1.3. Of course, not able to get it in this run, but you know, when you don't have when you don't have the ability to reset, it becomes a bit harder to get sub hours consistently. Mitch had got about a 1 hour 43 at the end there.
Yeah, and
yeah, to the 101.29 over there, and so that's gonna be probably about like I forget, like 9 points roughly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, 9 more points being given over to Mitch.
Yeah, and again, as we said earlier, this is still only week 1 of the league. Everything can change.
Yeah. So yeah. Cool. Thank everyone for watching this race. And
there's one more run coming up in a while. Short while.
Yeah, not too long.
Yeah, so
and that one's gonna be live. So you ready for that one? It's gonna be Lil Curbs versus MeWe.
Good luck to both of them.